Chris Jericho always shows up when you least expect him in New Japan. Like, you expect him to show up. You're like, oh, yeah, there's this singles match to set up who gets to face him. Like, clearly Evil gets to face him. But then, all of a sudden, you for some reason forget that for every other feud, he just dresses up in costumes and ambushes people. Like, it's literally all he's done this whole year. He's ambushed more people than he's wrestled matches. Like, it's... Chris Jericho is just a very aggressive cosplayer at this point.
Chris Jericho is the Money in the Bank of New Japan, which is every week you're like, he's coming out, he's gonna come out, and then when you're finally like, wait, hold on, who has that briefcase? Oh, fuck, they cashed in!
Which is hilarious. It's a hilarious thing to do with your second most important title, is put it on the guy that's never there.
Welcome to Fight Boys, ladies and gentlemen, the weekly show about professional and not so professional wrestling. I am your host, Scotty Moore.
And I am surprised by how quick this intro is. I'm Blake Tanner.
I know, right?
And I have also defected from Chaos to join the Bullet Club, the Dylan.
Dylan's like, I love it, man. And unfortunately, Neville did not join Los Ingobernables de Japan, and I don't know why. I was like, come on, it's perfect.
But they did get another guy from Dragon Gate to do it, so you were technically almost right.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to talk about how insulting it is that New Japan is like, yeah, we're bringing in this guy who is literally visually just as he looks buffer than Naito, but we're gonna make him a junior. He's the buffest dude in the group, but he's not a heavyweight.
Well,
I just want you all to know that.
Yeah, it's like how on 205 Live, they're like, where should we put Michael Kanellis? Which I was really hoping that he would cut like a "My name is Michael Bennett" promo, because that would be the ultimate like badass moment of, yo, fuckers, I was very well respected before I came here, and then I became my wife's bitch.
Yeah, but then they showed up, and it was all about 205 love.
Yeah, 20 love. 20 fuck is what they're turning it into.
20 fuck.
Also, I like to think someone at WWE has been listening to all of our previous episodes where we've been like, you know, not a lot's happened in wrestling. And then they're like, just put it all on Raw. Everything in 1 week.
Put it all on Raw, and then have Charlotte spear Becky through the back video monitors.
Dude, I legitimately...
all of it at once. We gotta sell this Saudi Arabia pay-per-view filled exclusively with ruthless aggression era wrestlers.
That's what it is. They're building up like the same way that they ramp up when they build up for WrestleMania. They're getting ready for Saudi Arabia.
Everyone will remember the post... Oh shit, I've already forgotten what the fucking show was called. Post-Australia Raw show where everything happens.
Superstar Showdown?
Was that it? Fuck, that's a dumb name.
Super Showdown. Super fuck up.
Also, I will like to say, I did call the Bella thing. I just was wrong by a few days.
Scotty, can we run our own counter pay-per-view to WWE Crown Jewel called JWF Family Jewels?
Oh, damn it! We've already named Oops All Dudes. Otherwise, this is the pay-per-view with 50 names.
No. This is the other one. So Family Jewels doesn't actually have any of the current people on it. You guys just make up a bunch of people in Chronically Mismanaged, and you just say that they're all from the same era as Momoa Curry. And then you just have them fill this roster. It's just a bullshit pay-per-view that we only put online on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Also,
and it's
Blake,
in Cuba.
And it's in Cuba. Yes. God damn it, Blake. Well done.
Also, I do love in WWE 2K19 you can adjust how much smoke fills an arena, which excites me if we ever have a VWO branded show. But also, the Cuba show would be just full of smoke from Cuban cigars.
Exactly. Also, you need to put it in the tiniest arena that game will allow you.
Yeah. It's not hard. I can get pretty tiny on that thing. So I do love the fact that everyone's like, it's a double turn. Lashley and Owens. Owens is a babyface now. I'm like, Owens is getting surgery.
Owens' knee got busted up.
By the way, I love that instead of using the part where he quit a month ago, they decided to keep him around for a few more weeks to kill any momentum he had or any storyline progression, and then just kind of job him out to Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm. This was the biggest reaction I think I've seen Owens get in a while, and I think it's mostly because the crowd, like, because of the double turn and the excitement behind it. But even then, I'm like, it's not a double turn because he's fucking gone. His Twitter account is literally just an emoji of the peace sign now.
So at the probably the Royal Rumble, when he comes back as number like 13 or something.
Yeah.
I want him to come back, and I want him to pop up powerbomb Sami Zayn for no reason. Like, I want him to hug, then I want him to throw him into the ropes, pop up powerbomb, and then throw him over. And then just look at the crowd the same way Triple H did when he freaking pedigreed Paul London and Brian Kendrick, where he's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, that's all I want.
Well, no, what it is, I like the idea, they get into a brawl, the whole crowd's like, wait, what the fuck's happening? Sammy finally gets the edge, has Kevin on the ropes, looks like he's gonna do a haluva kick over it, picks him up for the powerbomb, turns, and then powerbombs him out of the ring. And then he wins the Royal Rumble.
I remember, that's how Sammy died.
That's exactly how he died.
You need to understand, at this point, we really have to just chapter the ways in which Sami Zayn has died in his wrestling career.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that was the 5th time he blew out both shoulders, so...
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, is Owens' knees are messed up, so his lower body's fucked up, Sammy's upper body's fucked up. They are gonna come back together, forming a super wrestler with Sammy's legs, but then Kevin's body.
So you mean it's just going to be Kevin, like, on Sammy's shoulders?
Yes, or a cat dog situation where it's Sammy on one side and KO on the other.
Please not. Please, we're going to stop this conversation.
Yeah, you're getting into some human centipede adjacent stuff that I'm just not ready to deal with.
No, think of the fun, baby.
Listen, I'm not ready to deal with this. I'm not ready to deal with the fact that Shawn Michaels came out of retirement exclusively to wrestle for, a monarchy dictatorship. There's a lot of things I'm not handling right now.
I mean, that was going to be my next thing, which is, where's everyone else falling on this? Because this is as bad as Undertaker, after the most emotional retirement I've ever seen, leaving everything in the ring, just comes back a year later to face John Cena in a 5-minute squash match. That's how I feel about the HBK return.
So, you know how HBK didn't want to come back at the Royal Rumble this year or the year before to face AJ fucking Styles in like a talent versus talent, like, because he said, you know what, I'm retired, like, we're done. And then he comes back for Saudi Arabia fuck money. You have any idea how insulting that is to me as a wrestling fan, to everyone?
Mm-hmm. You gotta think, how much did they pay him?
How much did they pay Vince? Like, because the only way he did it was if Vince was like, hey, listen, I need you to do this, that's the only way. Because if it was left on his own, I'm pretty sure he probably would have stayed retired. I don't think his dream match coming back was to fucking wrestle with his old, road buddy against geriatric Undertaker and, hey, why am I not doing my government official job, Kane?
Speaking of, in addition to that, Kane also has a fucking wrestling school now. The man does not have any chill. He's like, what could I do to stop being mayor for a few days?
Listen, I already got my my realty business. I'm a successful politician. I have a wrestling school, and occasionally I put on an ill-fitting singlet and a shameful Halloween ripoff mask.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, you don't need to be at your office every day to cut taxes once and then just not do anything.
He is on that end of the political spectrum.
Yep.
I just want to say, I think it's really progressive of WWE that they're having the first women's pay-per-view, but then after that, they're also going to have an all-male pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia.
In a country that doesn't even allow the women to perform.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's called sucking dick with one hand while also, like, waving to the crowd with the other. That's really what's going on here.
Welcome to WWE Sucking Arabia.
Yeah, that's the next pay-per-view, the one they're going to hold, like, in between. That's what they're going to do instead of where Elimination Chamber was in February. They're just going to have the Sucking Arabia pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. When they finally get around to, like, the Rock is finally there, he shows up for one match, and at the end, he just gets down and presents himself to the Saudi royal family, and he becomes their, like, servant.
Now, see, with me, my favorite thing
Listen, Blake, I believe you've forgotten that The Rock is half black, and that sentence really showed how Alabama you were.
I did not say slave. For a very specific reason.
You just heavily implied it.
Now, I do love...
Tell me I'm not wrong.
Now, hold on, you're Southern Car. You ain't
Tell
wrong,
me I ain't wrong. I'm sorry, that was my father speaking.
At least with the Greatest Royal Rumble, they were like, you get this massive trophy, it's fantastic. Meanwhile, with the World Cup, it's literally to determine...
the best ruthless aggression era wrestler. Fucking Kurt Angle, fucking John Cena, fucking Jeff Hardy. Friggin' like Rey Mysterio's gonna make it in first try.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Big Show. Oh no, Randy Orton's in it. Fucking who are the last three people gonna be? Wait, who else can they easily get? Shelton Benjamin will probably somehow get in there.
Tatanka.
So Saudi Arabia hasn't had wrestling in 10 years, apparently, so...
They just had it 6 months ago.
Yeah, and they didn't know anybody, I guess.
I really want to know what the Saudi prince's, like, mindset is, because I think it was Meltzer was talking about it, and they're like, the reason for the Daniel Bryan-AJ match is probably because he wanted it. I'm like... Is he just also a huge fan of that era Ring of Honor as well? He's like, wait a minute, you have Danielson and AJ as well?
No, I really do think you said it. Listen, it all makes sense if you consider that they haven't seen anything past 2008.
I would love if every single prince got their own opportunity to, like, pick a match for the card, and it's just like, no, I want this match, but no, I want this match. And then Vince is like, well, I don't know. It's going to take a lot of money to get him out of retirement. All right, here's some more gold.
And then finally there's Prince Smarky on the end, who's just like, I really want to see Danielson versus AJ for the title. It's going to be fantastic. Can you get Kenny Omega in on that as well, Vince? He's like, what's a Kenny Omega?
You mean Kenny Dykstra?
I can get you Dykstra. Let's go.
I can get you the whole Spirit Squad for like $5.
You can keep them. I legitimately thought Charlotte broke her arm on that fucking spear, by the way, because, like...
Yeah, and then she breakdanced against Carmella and fucking R-Truth, so shows what you know, Mark.
Well, because, like, it was akin to when Edge speared Foley through that table and he stood up shaking, and you're like... Edge is dead. This is just the death rattle before he ends himself. That's what I thought. And then, of course, the great breakdance situation on Mixed Match Dance-Off, which is what I'm calling it now.
Yeah. By the way, I would like to point out that fucking women's wrestling is not doing great on the SmackDown brand, because Charlotte did that during the Superstar Showdown. Becky got her jaw, like, off-kiltered.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah.
And, like, we're into this match. It was like, fuck, if it's last one. I don't know what they're going to do to each other, but one of you better take some time off afterwards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the way that they were, like, just laying into each other, like, right before the announcement of that, I mean, you knew that something like that was going to happen, but damn.
Yeah. Now, back onto the Raw brand, and I have to say, Ambrose might be the most, like, tact and ambiance that WWE has shown in a very long time with either a heel turn or something happening, and I'm terrified of how they're gonna fuck it up.
See, here's the thing.
Because they will.
The Shield have shown at times, especially in their heyday, that they will flat out refuse to do something if it'll hurt them. Now, granted, Roman Reigns sold his soul, and like sucked Vince's dick all the way down, like to the balls, to become the face of the company. But so far, Ambrose is the least sellout of the Shield by a significant margin. He went wacky, which like a lot of people didn't like, but that whole time, you know who loved him? Everyone besides those smarks. That was it. Everybody. I can't tell you a time where everybody was like, man, fuck Dean Ambrose. There were times where they were like, Dean Ambrose appears to not be like very personable as a champion. And I was just like, what part of any interview you've ever seen of John Moxley ever made him seem like he was the guy you put on talk shows? No. He was the guy you put the belt on, and he was just like, yeah, I'm the champion. Fuck are you gonna do about it?
I never hated Dean during his wacky, like, stint, I guess. I hated any way that commentary tried to put him over, I guess, is what they were trying to do.
Oh, it's so fringy.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with me it's because his wrestling got sloppy. Like, his punches went from, like, normal punches to just, like, a cartoon waving your arms in circles like windmills and just hitting dudes.
His punches did go down to, like, Shane McMahon level punches.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was working, like, 600 matches a year.
Yeah.
If Dean Ambrose's punches and Ronda Rousey's punches had a baby, it would be Shane McMahon's punches.
I feel like it's the other way around. I feel like if Shane McMahon's punches and Ronda Rousey's, at least Dean looked like he was contacting somebody. Shane McMahon looks like he's shadow boxing right next to where someone is standing.
The best way that I saw someone describe it once, I think it was on Reddit, was like, it looks like Dean is just rubbing butter on his opponents. Gotta butter him up, Dean!
Dean the Butterman Ambrose. I don't know what you're talking about, Dylan. I think Dean would be perfect on talk shows. Just see him on Jimmy Fallon. He's like, what are you doing today, Dean? I killed a bird once. I'm sorry? What did you just say?
I mean, why are you sorry? I'm the one that killed the bird.
Yeah. I've got one of those...
You want to hear the story? You want to hear the story about that time I fucked a girl while wearing a bear costume?
He's just like, oh, I know as a kid you were probably violent killing birds. No, this was earlier today. I was outside pulling up and I just saw this bird and I punted it.
Fucking pigeons in New York can suck a dick.
You want to see me fall on some thumbtacks? I got it back.
You want to talk about the time that I harassed a woman during an interview so badly that she quit the company the next day?
I got a match stipulation from Vince McMahon by just yelling, "Come on!" at him for 6 hours.
You want to see a dead body, Jimmy? What? It wasn't dead when I found it.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you want to see a dead body? Come over down here. I'll show you one.
And then he just has a mirror.
I just now remembered. Lesnar's going to win the World Cup.
No, doesn't he have the match? Isn't that the triple threat?
No. He's also going to win the World Cup.
By the way, at this point, with as much as they've been hyping it, the World Cup is just going to be like a yellow solo cup, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, 100%. With also, like, a picture of Dusty Rhodes or some shit on it. That way they're like, in remembrance.
Good. Cody will have something else to angry tweet about. It'll be great. One hand feeding the other.
Oh, yeah. He's just like, he should have at least been on a pint glass. Come on, guys.
Where are the cowboy boots attached to the glass?
I would have let you borrow the jacket.
After Roman Reigns wins at the family jewels, WWE caress the Saudis' family jewels. Do you think Dean's like the next challenger after we've completely defanged Braun and shown him to be the least effective like monster since they didn't put the belt on Kane for a decade.
If he didn't already have the IC title, I would argue a triple threat with all three. But that's almost what I see this building to.
No, they've already done that, though.
Did they finally do... When did they...
I could have sworn they already did it. Yeah, they did. It was the match right before the brand split.
Oh, fuck, that's right. I thought that one was...
No, that was a triple threat.
I thought it was Roman versus Dean and then... Or Roman versus Dean and then Seth came back.
No. The match... So Dean got the title because it was Seth versus Roman, and Seth mid-spear pedigreed Roman, and then Dean cashed in, and then the next pay-per-view, Dean retained, and then that led to the storyline of, like, the Helmsley McMahon faction being like, well, you fucking didn't bring the world title to this, so we had to make a new belt out of red licorice and embarrassment, and...
I will say, have you read the Shinsuke interview about the low blow thing?
I'm convinced it was Jimmy Jacobs.
Oh, talking about... Well, my favorite was he was just like, well, the low blows wasn't my idea. You can assume who it was. Whose it was. And the whole time I'm like, is Dylan working behind the scenes? That's probably what it is, man.
Me and Shinsuke have been tight for the last 6 years. We go surfing every once in a while.
Yeah. And
Shinsuke, I've got an idea for you. I'll listen to this podcast called Fight Boys.
I want to copy their main dude. It's gonna be great.
You just hit him in the dick. By the way, I like that New Japan took that back by having Tanahashi low blow Jay White. I just want to say I'm really happy. They were like, no. Taking this back.
But I love it's made so much of an impact that the WWE 2K19 has included a fourth low blow as a finishing move.
I finally have a move! I'm back, motherfuckers!
Oh, but you know who I'd never low blow?
Honestly, at this point, no. You're just a dastardly human being.
Yeah, it's about everyone.
A real villain I am. No, all of our lovely patrons at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. That's right, that's
totally
where you can support
low Ghazi. Don't lie to me.
Well, of course.
You do it and steal his wallet, you son of a bitch.
While screaming, the kingdom isn't that good, and then walking away.
Vinny Marsala isn't your father.
But yes, Patreon. If you want to be taunted like we are taunting Ghazi, just donate at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. It supports Fight Boys, Fun Fiction, the entire BS network. You get access to our exclusive Discord. You get shouted out on the show every single week, whether in a good way or not, like our good friend Ghazi. And you get just the awesomeness of hanging with us. And that's all available to you at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. And now it's time for Just Watch. Just Watch. And I'm thinking we just start asking other wrestlers not to follow us, but to get Chuck to follow us.
No. We should ask other wrestlers to get Chuck to follow them. And then...
He just is like, hey, Chuck, we know you won't follow us, but perhaps you'd follow Matt Taven.
You should totally, no. We should start fucking, you should totally follow Vinny. Vinny's totally the guy you want to follow.
No. And then, no, it's like, you need to follow Matt Taven. Then we change our profile name to Matt Taven. He's like, what the fuck?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
We have to start, like, growing relationships with other bigger wrestling podcasts. So first thing we do, we grab Colt Cabana. We're like, hey, Colt, you know that song that you featured on your podcast last week? We interviewed the dude. So you're going to listen to us now, right? And it's like,
wait, so now we're just going, welcome to Colt Watch.
Now, Colt, get Chuck Taylor to follow us next time you interview him.
Dear Colt,
Dear at Boom Boom Colt Cabana. Hey, listen, we've been trying to get Colt Cabana to follow us for over a year now. Could you help a brother out? Thanks.
Thank you. Hold on.
Thank you for starting the podcast, the wrestling podcast, so we have something to do once a week.
You said, you met Chuck Taylor, right?
No, we've also been secretly doing a secondary, trying to get Colt to follow us.
What? We've been doing like a Black Ops style cult watch.
Yeah. Hey, at Colt Cabana, love the show. Can you get at Sexy Chucky T to follow us? He won't talk to... I am contemplating just send... I think we've done it before, but just, hey, at Trenty Locks. Chuck's not responding to any of our messages. Can you check on him? We're real worried. Also get him to follow us.
Are we trying to get Greg to block us? Do we consider that like a secondary prize?
No, that's what it is. We get Greg to block us, and then we get Dustin to fucking follow us, and that's when it's like we're the new best friend.
No. Here's the thing. We just start tweeting at more than one person every week. So it's Chuck Taylor, and then we do 6 degrees of separation with Chuck Taylor. Like this week we also do Colt Cabana and Greg. Next week we do Johnny Gargano and Icarus, and then the week after that, we do like freaking Okada and Ishii for no reason. Fuck it, they can't. I don't know how good Ishii's English even is. We'll do it anyway, but we'll tag him in every one of the tweets that we're tweeting at another wrestler. That way he knows it's there.
No. It's like when you're like trying to hit on a girl and you hit on her friend instead, and then they get jealous. We're trying to get Chuck jealous of us.
You got a better idea, Blake?
No, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm really thinking about this, and part of me, like, is almost positive that Chuck knows what we're doing, and he's just pulling the bit out for as long as possible.
He's waiting for them to be like, challenge me to a match, fuckers.
Listen, if I even knew how to wrestle a little bit, I would fight Chuck Taylor. That is my dream match.
Would just give us a couple weeks of wrestling school and we could do it. I'll take the jobber exit and get eliminated in the first 30 seconds. Don't worry.
You just eat a soul food like at the bell. You try to punch him, he counters it, twists the arm, boom, and you just like fly through the ropes like you've been hit with a grenade.
Yep. Out of this. I think the booking would be each of us kind of stays in the match. Like,
wait. Are you, Scotty? You're typing that tweet, right?
Oh, it's already sent.
Okay, so back to the other thing. John Cena continues to troll the world with his 6th move of bullshit. It is the greatest. I thought he was just doing it for a live show. He did it in front of a stadium full of Australians.
He did it on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
He fucking hit Jimmy Fallon with it.
It's the setup. It's the crossed arms into like the spreading out into the shittiest jab ever. Like every part of it forms this perfect fuck you sandwich. It's layered. Oh, it's just layered. It's just like resentment and then like actual shit and then like a middle finger. All on 2 heels of bread.
It's like the third Lord of the Rings movie. You get to the point, it's like, okay, this is the end, right? Nope.
No. I can't wait until he introduces the 7th move of Doom next week, which is just an open-handed pimp slap.
Hey, at John Cena, sick new move, bro. Can you get Sexy Chucky T to follow us?
Yes. By the way, I'm convinced. At this point, the only thing that John Cena could do for a finisher that would be more aggravating yet amazing is if he beat his opponents by just like smacking them on the ass. If he did that whole wind-up, but then he used his backhand instead and went wham, and his opponents were just made so uncomfortable they went into shock, and he was able to pin them. That's.
I would love if he sent that tweet to John Cena, and tomorrow we log into the Patreon, and it's like Santa came, and it's like you have 4 patrons and $20,000 a month.
Oh,
what?
No. I thought you meant just one singular patron. John Cena has donated $1.
John Cena sends us $5 with the thing. I was like, hey, I'd really like to be a jobber in the JWF.
Do you know how fucking pumped I would be if every week on this show I got to say, like our lovely patrons, Ghazi and Jonathan Felix Cena. Also, John, will you donate to our Patreon?
There you go.
We need the cash.
There you go.
And jobbers.
Oh, okay. This whole segment is now going to devolve into me just quietly going to different wrestlers' Twitters and fucking asking them to get Sexy Chucky T to follow us.
Like I said, I listed off several. You can also do Johnny Gargano. He was at Johnny's wedding. You can also get the bald fucker from NXT. You can get Biff Busick. You can get Joey Ryan.
I just love the idea. I know that they know each other in real life, and it's like, hey, you know that guy that was at your wedding?
You know the annoying one from Kentucky? Yeah, that guy. You get him to follow us on Twitter.
I'm just gonna have a long list here at Joey Ryan Online, at Simon
No, you
Guy,
have to do each one individually, asshole. We have weeks. Don't blow this load all at once.
Salty Frank says that John has plenty of money from his kids' books to donate to the Patreon.
Hey, Joey Ryan. Nice dick, man. Can you get at Sexy Chucky T to follow us?
Yes. See?
Now, hold on.
See how much better it is when you write them all individually?
I think we're breaking our rule here, though, because we gotta keep them contained.
No. We're in the last quarter of the year.
Tweet blast.
We've run out of fuck money. We have to get. We're desperate, Blake.
Well, now that that's been brought up, hey, at the real Virgil.
Hey, listen, I don't. He'll probably be like, yeah, for $10.
Okay, we gotta do. Okay, what's our final one? Because I can't just have 4. That's gonna mess with my OCD.
Tweet at Yano Toru.
Oh, hold on a second.
Listen, you can either tweet at Yano Toru or we can tweet at Kevin Kelly. It's one of the two. Or JR. Hey, be like, hey JR, you know the best friends that you commentated about? Can you get Sexy Chucky T to follow us? One podcaster to another.
I would love if we one week tweeted at a Japanese wrestler who doesn't have the best English, and he's just going around asking people what this tweet that he got in English is, and one of the people that he asks is Chucky T.
It's Chuck. No, hold on. I am pulling up a English to Japanese translator, and it's just gonna be like, hello, who should we do? And it's just gonna be like, hello, I liked your match. Can you get at Sexy Chucky T to follow us?
Oh, I mean, wait. There's one other English-speaking member of Chaos left. We could tweet at Will Ospreay.
No, I think Naito. Hey, Naito.
Don't insult me by tweeting at other. Now you're just listing the Japanese wrestlers. You racist fuck.
Oh wait, hold on. I know someone who's currently up on bed rest, so he's not gonna have a lot. At Time Bomb Haramu.
All right, I'm leaving. No.
I'm just saying he's laid up on his couch. He's not gonna be doing anything right now.
I do love it when Dust Watch bleeds into the whole segment.
It's literally the whole fucking segment. Hey, at Time Bomb Hiromu, I like your cat. Can you get at Sexy Chucky T to follow us?
I mean, at this point, can we just be like, hey, at Ronda Rousey, I'm really sorry that your chicken died, but can you...
We're sorry Dean Ambrose killed your chicken.
Oh. Chickens can be also very loving creatures. I'm very sad that her pet chicken died.
I didn't know this was a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, alright, hold on. Let me make sure that this translates correctly, because otherwise we may just be sending Hiromu some weird shit that makes no sense. Oh no, it made it say, can you please follow Sexy Chucky T? That's not gonna work.
No! Do it and see if he does! Do it and see if he follows him! If he does, just... Oh!
This will be the best episode of all time. Okay, hashtag, and then in plain English, hashtag DustWatch 2018, hashtag RT and follow.
There are times where I wonder, are we a really bad wrestling podcast, or are we the best wrestling podcast?
Anyways, guys, I'm sorry, I know Dylan's a big New Japan fan. Blake, you like wrestling, but I have a new favorite.
Fuck you.
I have my own new favorite sports entertainment business, and it is 100% the UF fucking C.
The number of people that, in my opinion, were worked by what happened at the most recent bout.
Do you know the joy that Dylan gets every time he can tell me that I got worked from fucking Charlotte getting injured or something? That is the sheer amount of joy I felt as I saw that motherfucker hurdle the cage, and they're all like, what? Oh my god, what's happening? And the whole time I'm just sitting here like, y'all getting worked, you pieces of shit.
Oh, I know what it's doing. Dana's gone full wrestle.
Mm-hmm. He's even built, it's not like all the same character. It's not like a bunch of smack-talking Irishmen. It's like you got the smack-talking Irishman, then you got the crazy Russian who just beats up everybody. It's like fucking 80s wrestling all over again.
They just need the American that comes out and like, I'm American and I'm from America.
Oh no, that would be shit.
Listen here, brother. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
No,
Hulk Hogan's their manager. That'd be great. Comes out to Real American. I want that guy. I want the guy that comes out to his title fight like with Real American as his theme.
Shit, who was the guy in the second fight of the night? I can't, or the next to last fight of the night. Whoever that guy was, because I know he's American. He's gonna be the Hulk Hogan of this business. He's just gonna run out and be like,
No. It should be John Jones, because John Jones is a terrible person, and Hulk Hogan, there's enough evidence to show, has been a terrible person.
No, John Jones is gonna be the John Cena, because he already has a rap album, so.
But I can see John Jones. And so can the police.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, that's it. Segment over.
Segment's over. Hey, at John Jones.
We did it.
Hey, John, you get Sexy Chucky D to follow us.
Who the fuck are you? I'm really surprised we've gotten nothing from the fishnet we just sent out.
Well, it's 11 o'clock at night. I don't know if you know this. Most Twitter responses happen in the early afternoon.
Yeah. Hey, at JBL, please block us, but also get Sexy Chucky T to follow us.
Listen, if you want us to get blocked, all you have to do is ask Goldust about his bin bag, and we're good.
Yeah.
Hey, at Goldust. Just checking. Do you have any bin bags underneath your sink?
Hey, at Goldust, we don't like you that much. Please block us. Also, can you get Sexy Chucky T to follow us? I think after Dust Watch is over, it's gonna be a weekly change of just asking a different wrestler every time. Or do we just persist and go to a next guy?
No. We pick someone else. We collectively all pick our next favorite, not as well known or talented wrestler, and we go from there.
Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna go all out with the bits and be like, "Hey, at Xavier Woods, PhD, do you have Battletoads? Also, can you get Chucky T to follow us?"
Damn it, Blake, we had 5 perfect ones, but then you crafted another one right there in front of us.
Do it. Do it.
Xavier Woods. This is gonna be the longest episode of all time, and they're like, for half the show, they just tweeted Chuck Taylor.
They just try to get Chuck Taylor to follow them.
Oh.
Has the new Battletoads come out yet, or is it still just that shitty preview?
No. You ask him, hey, do you have vintage Battletoads?
You got Battletoads, also can you get Chucky T to follow us? This is gonna lead to the block, if not either the block or the follow.
Somebody has to react to this. If anything else, we're gaining infamy because they're gonna be like, who are these one motherfuckers? Scotty, I need you to go to another ROH show and just fall off the sobriety wagon while wearing a Fight Boys shirt so we can get some of these people to hate us.
No. I am going to, and Blake maybe, but probably not. I'm going to SmackDown Live at the end of this month. I could just bring a giant fucking sign that says, "Please follow us, Chuck Taylor."
If you want to drive for like 8 hours, Dylan, you could pop up there. It's in Atlanta.
Now,
6
this
hours.
one I'm doing some double work on because I do want to get him on the show as a guest. Hey, at Simon Gotch, want to come on our show? Also, can you get Sexy Chucky T to follow us?
Good. No, keep going. Keep going.
No, keep going.
Even as we go into JWF Silver Spoon, the whole time's like, hold on, I gotta send out this tweet. Gotta send this out to Roman Reigns. So we do have to talk something about wrestling in this segment. Dylan.
Yeah, wait, next week is definitely going to be like the shield blast where we tweet the whole shield, right?
Well, Dean Ambrose doesn't even fucking use his Twitter, so good luck.
We'll tweet that one to Renee.
Good call.
Yo, out Renee Young, can you tell Dean to get Sexy Chucky T to follow us?
There you go.
Yo, at Roman Reigns WWE, at Seth Rollins. Where's Dean at? Also, can you get Sexy Chucky T to follow us?
What were you trying to get me to answer?
Oh, yeah. Do you think it's going to be a WWE debut thing for the countdown clock for being the Elite? I don't think so, but also I've heard a lot of shit about the New Japan people not sitting well with a lot of people.
I mean, they're catering to more of a Western audience, and also, I don't know if you know this, New Japan's trying to expand into America. Do you know who the most popular wrestlers in America for their demographic are? Let me tell you.
It's knife pervert Jay White.
No, but if the Elite ever leave, guess who's becoming the new white boy face of the company?
Oh yeah,
he's New Zealand. Well, he's from New Zealand, so that'll be real weird. That flag's gonna start showing up at events.
What I've read apparently is the new it's kind of like WCW at the beginning of the 90s, where a bunch of people who don't know a lot about wrestling are getting put in charge, and it's rubbing some people the wrong way, but they didn't say names.
So here's the thing, is that while wrestling is wrestling is also a business.
Yeah.
So the wrestlers are upset because the wrestling company is now being run like a business. Now, it is wrong to take the people who have helped build the company up to this point and get rid of them. But there is a tried and true business move of knowing the limit to how far your current staff can take you and potentially offloading them to bring in new people. It's kind of like how sports teams will be like, oh, well, we have a playoff contender team here, but we need to get more people to like get even farther, like to try to get to the end. It's kind of like how the Cavaliers last year literally offloaded a whole team for a new team to get to the finals. Yes, they got the shit kicked out of them by the Warriors, but they made it that far, which is kind of what New Japan's trying to do. Like, yes, WWE will still have the advantage, but they're just trying to get to the point where they can, like, you know, capitalize on the eastern half of the globe.
Sorry, I've been tweeting again. I said, hey, at Jesus, can you get Sexy Chucky T to follow us? Love your work. And hey, at Trenty Lux, Dustin isn't answering our messages for some reason. Is he okay?
Okay.
Blake, was that you trying to do a mercy killing on this segment? Blake was just like, well, anyways, merch.alodapurebs.com.
I was hoping to push you towards that direction, and push everybody listening to the direction of merch.alodapurebs.com.
They have shirts for all your favorite JWF wrestlers, including, for some reason, the Hammerman. Also, Scotty Moore has, like, I don't know, like 2 different shirts there. Who knows why? I hear that guy's a dick in real life.
Yeah. You've also got some Blake Tanner wrestling shirts. You got some shirts for the Dylan. You got a lot of stuff. You got stuff for other BS products like A Load of BS, Fun Fiction, Opposite Attractions, and other stuff. There's the BS Network wine glass. Actually, ooh, that's a good wine glass.
And that's
I didn't know we had that.
I know, right? And it's all available at merch.alodapurebs.com. But boys, we've done a show, kind of. But now it's time to turn things over to everybody's favorite commentators, Silver Spoon and Captain Tibbs, for another episode of JWF Monday Night War. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to JWF Monday Night War. I am your host, as always, Silver Spoon, joined by the man who's killed more birds than Dean Ambrose. It's Captain Tibbs.
You know, they say the early bird gets the worm, but the first duck that takes flight is the first one to die.
That's right. Well, Tibbs, I see you've gotten back from your tour of Australia. We saw you had some trouble at the border there, but we're happy to have you back this week.
Is that where I went?
Yeah, now I will say we have named the next pay-per-view in your absence. It is now called Oops All Dudes. And so, of course, well, you know you had the plan for the all-women's pay-per-view, and, well, we ain't got no ladies, Tibbs.
I left clear instructions. I put aside a bunch of money to name the pay-per-view, and then... Oh, I didn't put aside any money to hire any women wrestlers. I'm sorry.
Well, anyways, Tibbs, I guess instead we're going to have to settle for the finals of the King of the Steel City Tournament. That's right, Tibbs. The King of the Steel City Tournament is going to determine the next #1 contender to the JWF World Heavyweight Champion and determine who is the King of the Steel City. And we've had some amazing qualifying matches so far. We have seen men like the Dylan. We've seen men like Guy Fieri. We've seen, unfortunately, you didn't get to see the Hammerman going on.
What?
That's right.
What? I missed it.
You missed
you
missed the Hammerman. But right
Damn
now,
you, Australia!
But right now, it's time to determine who's going to join those men in the semifinals. As a man you are all too familiar with, Canada Charlie takes on the American Beer Man, Sam Adams. And Tibbs, I see Charlie joined at ringside by his mentor of late, Felix Ball, and I know that can't make you happy.
Why didn't we do this one last week? Why didn't we do it when I was gone? I didn't want to see this match. I'm fine.
That's right, and unfortunately, it looks like Canada Charlie, I don't know if he can tell how agitated you are, but looking quite braggadocious playing to that crowd. But, ooh, Sam Adams not having it as he hits a big lariato on that Canadian one, and now actually mocking him, Sam Adams doing some playing to the crowd himself.
You know, he does have that beer going on.
That's right. Now the American Beer Man starting to lay in some, stiff shots to the cranium, raining down fists onto the skull of Canada Charlie. And now Felix Ball looks like he's actually trying to scream advice from the sidelines as Adams bounces off the ropes for a big knee drop. But wait! Charlie actually rolling out of the way, the knee of Sam Adams connecting with the mat, and it looks like he's actually favoring that right knee now, Tibbs.
Ooh, that can't feel good.
That's right. It looks like he's favoring that knee. And, a big chop block from Canada Charlie takes down the Beer Man. And now just working over that knee. Ball barking orders from the sidelines. Charlie looks like he's trying to break that leg.
You see, this is what you call an opening. As soon as you notice that you've weakened a body part significantly, you gotta keep working the body parts.
That's right. Now, actually, it looks like he's setting up for a figure 4 leg lock. But wait! Actually kicking out Adams, reversing, kicking Charlie away. Now making it back to his feet, tossing Charlie into the corner. Unfortunately, he doesn't look to be 100% as he's limping over to Charlie. But he's still laying in those big boots to the chest of Canada Charlie. But wait! Unfortunately, it looks like his leg giving out, forcing him down onto a knee. And Charlie's taking that advantage to rip the turnbuckle off. What in the world? It looked like he's taking the turnbuckle off, exposing that metal ring.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
That's right. And now actually it looks like Shibata, our faithful referee, trying to stop Charlie from doing this. But wait a minute! While his back is turned, Ball is wailing on the... what in the world's going on? Felix Ball is not even in this match, and he is destroying that knee of Sam Adams.
This is why I hate having him in the company. He does these tricks all the time. Next thing you know, he'll be beating people up with baseball bats and hammers and then kicking them out of Canada.
That's right. No, slamming his knee into the corner. Unfortunately, now I don't know if Sam Adams is going to come back at that, grasping at that knee. Charlie once again working over that left leg. And now it looks like he's trying for the figure 4 one more time. But wait, Adams actually reversing it into a roll-up, going for a pin. 1, 2, and Charlie barely kicking out at 2. 2 men making it back to their feet, staring off. Tibbs, this is astounding.
Alright, I'm kind of glad I stuck around to see this one.
That's right, and now Charlie going for a lariat, but Sam Adams ducks, and a sobriety test from out of nowhere. Sam Adams hits that vicious stunner, sending Charlie to the mat, going for the pin. 1, 2, wait. Oh my God, it's Felix Ball. He's dragged Sam Adams out of the ring. My God, Tibbs.
I can't believe this. Get him out of there, Shibata.
That's right, Shibata calling for Ball to be banned from ringside, but unfortunately the damage looks to be already done as Charlie rolls Adams into the ring, working over that knee one more time, and unfortunately I think he's now weak enough that he slaps it on the figure 4 leg lock, and it looks like he is trying to break the leg of Sam Adams. Sam reaching for those ropes, trying to reverse the pressure. Tibbs, what can he do?
You gotta flip it over. You gotta take that force that they're putting on your legs and put it on their legs.
That's right, but oh my God, right before he flips it over, Canada Charlie actually raining fists down onto the knee. That could possibly break his knee. He looks like he's trying to retire this man tonight, and unfortunately it looks like it's causing Sam Adams to have to tap out to that figure 4, and unfortunately due to nefarious means, it looks like Canada Charlie is moving on to the semifinals of the King of the Steel City tournament, and I'm finding out right now that means next week, that man, Canada Charlie, is going to be taking on a man you are all too familiar with, the Hammer Man.
Get rid of him, boy.
That's right, and then of course that means the following week we're going to see the Dylan take on Guy Fieri to determine the finalists of the Steel City tournament, which of course we know will be determined at the Oops All Dudes pay-per-view. I mean, Tibbs, you know the semifinalists. Who have you got in this?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say, I've got the number of the person that came up with this pay-per-view name, and I'm going to have a serious talking with them, because I love it.
That's right.
And other than that, I really don't think you have to ask me who I've got for this. Hammer Man all the way to Sunday.
That's right, but of course, if Canada Charlie keeps using Felix Ball to his advantage, those dastardly moves, that might lead to your boy, Canada Charlie, going on to become #1 contender. And wait, actually sounds like we've sent one of our top interviewers, Don McDonald, backstage with Canada Charlie and Felix Ball. Let's have a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, Don McDonald here with Canada Charlie and Felix Ball. Now, gentlemen, we just saw out there tonight, Canada, you secured your spot in the semifinals of the King of the Steel City tournament. And I got, oh yeah, you're darn right he did, my boy. And let me just tell you this right now. You see, this boy old Chuck Tibbs, as he used to be called, he's gonna go far beyond the semifinals. He's gonna carve a path straight through the finals and onto the throne where he rightfully deserves. You see, Canada Charlie, he spent years trying to be like some sort of captain. But you see, when I look in that ring and I see Canada Charlie, I don't see a captain. No. I see a king. And he deserves more than Captain Tibbs, deserves more than a captain's hat. He deserves a crown, and he's gonna earn that crown when he wins this tournament and goes on to defeat the JWF champion, whoever he is, and secure his spot at the top of the company. Because Canada Charlie has finally, under my wise tutelage, learned what it means to be vicious, learned what it means to be a fighter. He's learned what it means to be a winner. Well, you know, his track record certainly reflects that, but upon further inspection of his performance tonight, it seems that Charlie's victories, well, they only seem to come when you're at ringside, Mr. Ball. And many of us can agree that you certainly weren't out there as a teacher tonight. In fact, one could say that if it wasn't for you, Charlie wouldn't be in the semifinals at all. Okay, well, while it is true, I may have gotten in a physical altercation with Mr. Adams tonight, I have to say that it was just to show Charlie exactly what kind of viciousness it would take to become king. It was a teaching moment, you see. Right. So what you're saying is that if you weren't out there tonight, we would have gotten the exact same result.
Stop, listen here. I am done with you. I am done with everything any of you backstage announcers, interviewers, you all do the same thing to me. Okay, I'm done with you disrespecting the way that you're throwing in all of this towards me here. Okay? I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to treat my mentor, Felix Ball, the greatest man that has ever taught me everything that I have ever needed to know in wrestling, and you're trying to paint him as some sort of holy ace I have up my sleeve, something I have to pull out every time I'm not winning. But as much as you want to spin your little story to be true, you know that I could have taken down Sam Adams without Felix Ball. I can win this whole gosh darn tournament without Felix Ball. And I could become the JWF champion without Felix Ball. In fact, I'm going to prove it. Felix, why don't you take a whole week off? Alright? Stay at home, you turn on your TV, and you watch as I come and make my way to the finals of this tournament without anybody else's help. Next week, I'm going to prove that Canada Charlie, and Canada Charlie alone, is a winner.
Well, Tibbs, it certainly looks like Canada Charlie. You seem fired up about that. I mean, what do you think?
I'm losing my boy, Sills. I'm losing him to the Ball.
That's right, and speaking of your boys, we know there's another one of your boys you're a huge fan of, the man known as the Hammer Man, a guy who has shown great growth in the JWF in recent months, but unfortunately, after a few choice accusations from the Dylan, it became clear that the man under the mask may not have been the man we thought he was all along. In fact, many have claimed that it's actually Travis Clouds, the man who a little under a year ago was banned from this company. I mean, what do you say to these accusations?
I say, it's utter horse shit.
Okay.
That's all I'll have to say about that. Really, worst thing you could say. He's trying to take this story, he's trying to turn it into a way that he can make the Hammerman, who has been nothing but a fine, upstanding performer, and turn him into something that you think is evil. And I will not stand for it.
That's right, and unfortunately, due to these thoughts, a man who we thought would never come back to the JWF ever again, Griffin Clouds, the brother of Travis Clouds, made his return at the Heck in a Sec pay-per-view, attacking the Hammerman, and ever since they've been in a bitter rivalry. And actually, in our main event tonight, we've got Griffin Clouds in the ring, and he has a message for the Hammerman. Let's have a listen.
Hey, everybody. It's been a while, hasn't it? You know, a little under a year ago, my brothers and I fought for our careers. Went to the ring together. We were a family. Unstoppable. And, despite our best efforts, we may have lost. I'm man enough to admit that. We lost our careers in the JWF. We were forced to ride off into the sunset as a family. And, you know, things weren't great for us. We had to go back to a normal life, working 9-to-5 jobs, taking care of our families, becoming New York Times best-selling authors. But, you know, after a while, I started to notice something was missing. Someone was missing. No matter how many texts we'd send, no matter how many phone calls we made, Travis Clouds had left this family. He had just disappeared. He was like a ghost in the machine. And at the same time, I may have popped in to see how the old JWF was doing and noticed that there was a certain superstar by the name of the Hammerman. Now, I'm not the type of person to come in and make accusations about someone, who they are, what they might be. I'm not here to claim who's underneath the mask. But really? Come on. The evidence is right in front of your face. The Hammerman... No. This is Travis Clouds. Come on. And Travis Clouds is disrespecting the legacy of the Cloud clan. He threw away his name. He hides his face underneath a mask and comes out here dancing for all of you stupid, idiotic people, losing match after match. And Travis, that's not the Travis I knew. He wasn't that kind of wrestler. No, the Travis I knew, he was a simple kind of guy. He'd walk down to the ring, he'd kick someone's face in and pin them for a 1, 2, 3. But now, it seems that my brother has kind of lost the way of what we came into the JWF to do. That's why at the next pay-per-view, I'm going to get him back on track. I'm going to take him into that ring and beat some sense into him. And Travelicious, I know you don't want your brother here, ruining all your fun, stopping all your dancing. So I'm going to give you an ultimatum. If you can beat me in the center of that ring, right there, no muss, no fuss, no dancing, whatever you do nowadays, you beat me in the ring, I'll go back to my 9-to-5, I'll keep going to dinner every Monday and staring at an empty seat where Travis Cloud used to sit. But if I win, that mask comes off, and Travis Clouds, he returns to the JWF alongside his brother. And believe me, Travis, I will win. And when it all is said and done, the JWF universe is going to see the return of the most dominant faction in JWF history. They're going to see the return of the most terrifying force that this company has to offer. And they are going to see the return of the VWO.
Well, Tibbs, it looks like Griffin Clouds has made a bold proclamation for the next pay-per-view. I mean, I know you're a huge fan of the Hammerman, but it looks like the Hammerman may disappear in just a few weeks' time if Griffin Clouds gets his way.
I don't believe it. Lies, slander, horrible. I thought I fired him.
That's right, and unfortunately, I guess Griffin Clouds is fighting for not only his career in the JWF, but he's also fighting for his family. He's fighting for a lot come the Oops All Dudes pay-per-view, and let me tell you something, that's something you can't miss. Not to mention, we're going to see the finals of the King of the Steel City tournament, and then, I'm getting news right now, we're going to see the rematch between Brunch Boy Baron Corbin, our JWF champion, and the man he stole that title from, Blake Tanner, in a Falls Count Anywhere street fight. It's going to be an absolutely vicious match. It's going to be a fantastic pay-per-view. Not one to miss, but in order to find out what's going to happen next, in order to find out who will be in the finals, you're going to have to tune in next time to JWF Monday Night War. So Blake Tanner, it's been an episode. Oh wait, hold on, we must speak to the ghost of the Dylan, because he once again has surprisingly disappeared during JWF. Dylan, what did you learn this week?
That I'm the only person that cares about wrestling on this podcast anymore.
Oh,
My.
Oh, Dylan. Blake, what did you learn, my boy?
I learned that we may not get Chuck Taylor to follow us, but sometime in the future, maybe we can get Chuck Tibbs.
Chucky Tibbs. And I learned that I missed the VWO more than I thought. I got like some fucking Undertaker Shawn Michaels chills when that shit was going down. I was like, whoa, dude.
I forgot how fun Griffin was to listen to.
Oh, yeah. To listen. So, Dylan can be found on Twitter at SexyChuckyT. Blake, where can they find you?
At Blake A. Tanner on the Twitter. You can find me... That's it.
That's it. And you can find me on Twitter at ScottyMo, ScottyMo. Buy all my books on Amazon, the Queasel Corp Trilogy, BS vs. the Gods, and check out all the other shows online at aloadofpurebs.com. I guess we can talk about the interview we did for BS, because we interviewed this week the great Tom McGuire, who just released the fucking bop that is Ric Flair. And it was probably one of my favorite BS episodes we've ever done.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So go check them out, Tom McGuire and the Brass Holes on YouTube, on their Facebook page. And check out their first fucking single, Ric Flair.
That's right. So check that out. And of course, make sure to support us either on Patreon, patreon.com/aloadofbs, or by picking up some merch at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. Or
Oh, Scotty, I'm getting something. Someone bought some merch. Someone bought a BS Network wine glass.
hold on a second. I'm just gonna check my email real quick, and oh, cool! I'm getting money. So make sure to support us there, or if you want to get some of my books on audio, you can by using our official Audible link, audibletrial.com/BS Network. You get a free 30-day trial of over hundreds of thousands of audiobooks delivered straight to you, and it supports us. You get something for free, it supports us, it's a win-win opportunity all around, ladies and gentlemen, so make sure to do that, and make sure to subscribe, rate us on iTunes, make sure to support us, subscribe, do all that. Fuck it, dude. I've been up since 5 in the morning, so I guess all I can say left is, and as always, you can find us at aloadofpurebs.com. Step up to the merch table at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. Find us on Facebook, donate to the Patreon, subscribe on YouTube. And remember, at Blake A. Tanner, I like your hair. Can you get at Sexy Chucky T to follow us at Fight Boy Show? Because when you're a fight boy for life.